Our planet is going through significant changes. These changes are being caused by human activity. The impacts of these activities affects the quality of our lives now and will have a significant effect on future generations. We need to act now. It is essential that the events industry adapts to an environmentally and socially sensitive business model. ISO 20012-1 is the new international standard for an event sustainability management system. It looks at all the decisions and ways that event organisations work together to achieve a sustainable future. To understand sustainability, we need to look at three elements that relate to your business activities: environmental, social and economic. To start with, we'll go to Leeds to explore social sustainability.
Today we're at ELSI, which is Leeds Community Enterprise Accelerator. There's about 130 of us on the panel, and we're having the meeting today at Old Broadcasting House.
My name is Mike Chitty, one of the founders of ELSI. ELSI is a community project that provides help, advice, support and guidance to a wide range of projects and people across the city of Leeds. Could be a new business startup, could be an existing business, could be a community group, could be an arts project, a festival, a carnival. Anyone that's trying to do anything exciting in the city who's looking for a bit of help and support from fellow citizens, we provide a platform to get that support to them.
Being part of ELSI means that Logistik are able to directly impact on the local region. So in terms of benefits for the community, we're very aware that we take out a lot from our local community and the society in which we work, whether that's Leeds or London. So we like to give back, so whether that's engaging people around opportunities or just providing work experience, things like that.
The ISO 20012-1 management system ensures that we take account of all the stakeholders a business impacts upon. It advocates inclusive social and ethical policies and targets that need to be measured and monitored throughout the event lifecycle. Social sustainability is also about considering and engaging with the stakeholders that an event impacts upon. This can be done through the implementation of robust operational controls and associated training of all your staff.
At Crewsaders, looking after people is how we manage social sustainability. People are our most important asset. Any event will impact on the attendees, the clients, venue staff, our staff and the general public. We need to respect all these people and make them feel valued. My job is to make sure that this happens, so the guest wins, the client wins, and we win. Showing respect and valuing people is what social sustainability is all about.
Another element that ISO 20012-1 manages is economic sustainability. To explore this, we asked Dale Parmenter, MD of DRP Group, to explain.
I think it's incredibly important to us here at DRP to be sustainable, and I think there's a total myth that sustainability means more cost. That's completely wrong. Sustainability actually can bring huge benefits to a business, and there's three different reasons why that is. One, we have a moral obligation to make sure that happens. We should be doing these things. We have a legal obligation. But economically, we can save considerable amounts of money, which affects the bottom line and creates longevity for the business. So each year we challenge our teams to come up with a series of objectives and actions to become more sustainable. And it's not about creating huge change, it's about small little initiatives that they can tackle as the year goes on. So for example, in our print room, they will roll back the printer, the large format printer, by 15 centimetres, but it saves hundreds of metres of vinyl per year. We've saved over 40% of electricity consumption just by changing the way we manage our electricity. We reuse our batteries because we know on events they will never run down to zero, so they get transferred into stationery, so calculators and remote controls. Bubble wrap is reused, so when it comes off a stage set it gets folded up and it goes back to be used on other stage sets. So there's just examples of things that we do and record as the year goes on.
On-site economic sustainability is all about using production resources wisely. My job as a crew chief is to make sure my crewmen use these resources carefully and don't waste production materials. Production materials such as gaffer tape, timber and anything else used within the construction process. Looking after these resources is good for our clients, it's good for our venues and it's good for ourselves. That's good for society, the environment and the future of our business.
This example stresses the importance of using your common sense when setting your objectives and targets to monitor your business and its success at achieving sustainability. To illustrate how sustainability objectives are linked together, we visit Hawthorn's Theatrical in Leicestershire.
At Hawthorn's, what are those environmental things that we have to be aware of? They're all finite resources. There are a finite amount of trees in the world, there's a finite amount of oil in the world, oxygen, all these things, and it's our job as an individual, as a person, it's our job not to waste these resources, and more so as a business as well, not to encourage wasting these resources. There's only so much. In some respects, you can think that these finite resources are there and every consideration you must make is purely on an environmental basis. Not true, the two go hand in hand. I'll give you an example. If you looked at mileage, wasting fuel, environmental costs are quite obvious. But also, when you make a consideration, is it just for environmental reasons or is it for economic reasons? And a lot of it's common sense, it's business common sense. Not to waste these things, not to waste money, do things efficiently, do things economically. For the future of the business here at Hawthorn's, all those things which you do have, those finite resources, the way you manage those things, of course have an implication of what you do. Is it sensible to waste things? Is it sensible to build a huge set and then throw it away and then rebuild something almost exactly the same the following week? Of course it's not sensible. It's not sensible financially, it's not sensible for environmental reasons. So for the future and moving on, these things are quite obvious common sense considerations.
Environmental sustainability is also about your working environment and managing the risks within that environment.
Looking after the built environment is just as important. When working on site in many different venues, we have a duty of care, and that's to minimise any damage. If damage were to occur, for example, at the University of Leeds building behind, if a window were to smash, extra resources would be needed. I mean, that's from getting a window made and bringing it in and actually replacing it. This costs money, it increases our carbon footprint, and therefore it's not economically or environmentally sustainable.
Through these case studies, we have illustrated the different elements that make up your event's sustainability management system. Managing these elements and setting achievable objectives and targets that can be monitored and measured is essential. This means you need to allocate responsibilities, roles and authorities to ensure the successful delivery of your plan. Meeting the requirements of ISO 2012-1 will ensure you continually improve and sustain your business in the long term.